spending some days in Vancouver, we started our journey towards Alberta. From the stunning Rocky Mountains to the calm lake shores, I'm going to take you through the stunning beauty of Canada. Get ready for breathtaking views, heartwarming experiences, and begin this true Canadian adventure. For this journey, we booked a minivan which our friends drove to Vancouver from the US because it was way more cheaper there. It takes about 12 hours to cover the distance of 990 kilometers from Vancouver to Alberta. A word of caution, you can easily lose track of time as you'd want to keep stopping at the beautiful spots that you witness along the way. This can easily extend your travel time. Keep an eye out while driving as you can witness Banff's spectacular wildlife. We were lucky to have witnessed a black bear at the very beginning of our trip. Our stay was at Canmore, which is 24 minutes away from Banff downtown. We chose Canmore since it's way more relaxed and less crowded. In this trip, we covered Banff and Jasper National Parks. You can also consider exploring Yoho National Park, which is adjacent to Banff. Our first stop was at the famous Lake Louise. We travelled in the month of May, so the ice and snow was in a thawing state. Some lakes are still closed during this time, like the Moraine Lake, but we truly enjoyed travelling in this month because it gave us a very unique experience and we ditched the crazy summer crowd. To get the best view of the lake and the Fairmont Hotel, we took the Fairview Lookout Trail. You can also take the hike to the historic tea house in Lake Louise for a cup of hot tea at the Lake Agnes Tea House. Unfortunately, this trail was still closed due to snow. If you're planning to travel in the month of May, please get your snow boots or you can rent a good pair of cleats to easily navigate through the snowy trails. We clearly tested our bravery with plain Jane running shoes, although it wasn't too difficult, but I did end up slipping on the trail twice while going downhill, so I'd advise you to go prepared. There is another straight trail alongside Lake Louise which calls for a beautiful stroll, and you can also witness a frozen waterfall. After a hike at Lake Louise, we took our starving selves to Banff downtown for some dinner. I have to say that the beauty of this place was unreal. The next day, our first stop was at Johnston Canyon, where we did a 12-kilometer hike to and fro, which took us about 2.5 hours to reach the sources of ink pots. Along the hike, you can witness numerous waterfalls, turquoise bubble pools, and experience a waterfall through a cave. Usually, there is a massive lineup to view this cave, but since it was not peak summers yet, we simply strolled through this area. Even the hike was so calming with less crowd, which elevated our experience. This was the first time I was experiencing such a long hike. I'd advise you to keep some snacks and water handy and be prepared for any kind of weather. In our case, we bought some ponchos to stay dry in case it rained. Next day, we visited Lake Minnewanka and had the opportunity to witness how they break the ice covering the lake. We discovered a beautiful trail near our stay at Canmore called the Policeman's Creek Trail, a relaxed trail that you can take during the evening and enjoy a gorgeous sunset. The next day, we headed straight to Peyto Lake, which is a glacier-fed lake in Banff National Park. We hiked towards the upper viewpoint for a panoramic view of the Rockies. Next, we headed straight towards the Athabasca Glacier, which is one of the 6 principal extensions of Columbia Icefields. It is also one of the world's most accessible glaciers. If you want an up-close experience of the glacier, there are paid shuttle services that will take you right on top. After experiencing the Athabasca Falls, we started our scenic journey to Jasper. The stretch from Banff to Jasper might just be the best route you'd ever take. Otherwise known as the Icefields Parkway, it ranks as one of the most beautiful drives in the world. The town of Jasper is located inside Jasper National Park. It is halfway between Edmonton and Calgary. It's a low-key beautiful town and you should definitely consider visiting. Our first hike was at Malign Canyon. Malign Canyon is the deepest canyon in Jasper National Park with a depth of more than 50 meters at certain points. This trail is a single large loop with several optional side trails. Round trip distance on the main loop from the parking lot is 4.4 kilometers. Time on the trail is between 2 to 4 hours and it's rated moderately difficult. After that tiring hike, we headed straight to Malign Lake that now has a special place in my heart. It was one of the most serene places I have ever visited. Our final day of Jasper became the most exciting one for us. We took the Jasper Sky Tram to experience the aerial beauty we never experienced before. Built in 1964, Jasper Sky Tram takes 7 minutes to cover an elevation of around 7,424 feet above sea level and drops you at the upper station of the Sky Tram. Initially, we didn't plan on doing any hike today, but looking at the view, we changed our minds. It was almost a 7-kilometer hike which took us 3.5 to 4 hours to complete. It was quite steep and we did take small breaks in between, but it was the view that will keep you going. You can witness the untouched Canadian Rockies, lakes and forest and the entire Jasper town at just one glance. Once we reached the top of the summit, it felt like an achievement in itself. But we went even further and simply sat there to take in the views. This hike was the most challenging and the most rewarding hike I've ever done in my life. After this, we grabbed some amazing Korean lunch and went straight to Edith Lake, where we simply relaxed watching everyone around us enjoy on the paddle boats, and we enjoyed the stillness of the mountain and the blue lake. We also quickly covered the Pyramid Island, which is a must visit. You can lounge by the Pyramid Lake, which has some seating areas as well. As we were closing in on the final day, we had to get hold of a stunning sunset, so we headed straight to Old Fort Point. As the sun finally set on our Alberta adventure, we carried with us not only photographs and souvenirs, but a treasure box of lovely memories that will forever remind us of the beauty that unfolded at every turn of this trip. This journey will forever remain a cherished chapter in my life. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated on my future tales and beyond. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.